Hey guys, so I'm sitting at my kitchen table. It's a very rainy day today. Normally, I guess you might always think I knit at my kitchen table. I swear I don't. But I am working on creating an update to let you all know what is on my needles. This is part of my What I'm Working on Wednesday series, or What's on My Needles Wednesday, but it's obviously Thursday. This week's been a little crazy, in a good way, very productive. So my knitting, my knitting actually also took over my blogging time, because this shawl is coming together very nicely. The colors look muted right now because it's like dark outside, even though it's still daylight out. It's just raining that much. I'm using the Ferris wheel yarn cakes, which are similar to the Mandala by Lion Brand, but there's a little bit more color variation in these, so I'm not sure, but I think Mandala really works with 3 color variations, which kind of to me it doesn't make a lot of sense. Mandalas are a lot very colorful, but anyway, this one reminds me of a brighter version of some of the Afghans my grandmother used to crochet. It's got the browns and the yellows, and some of the oranges, which I think are those hues that I'm having nostalgia for right now. But there's also some really pretty hot pinks in here that I'm just really fond of. The colorway is called the Cherry on Top, which I guess the pink is meant to be emphasized in this colorway here, but I shared it in a knitting group and it's gotten over 170 likes and a bunch of comments. A lot of people are asking some questions about it. It's 100% acrylic. It's kind of like roving. It's not a chunky yarn, but I don't know how to describe the texture. It's not twisted like a normal yarn. It's a little bit chunkier. It's just kind of, the fibers are just kind of there, which is really pretty, and I'm excited to see how it holds up over time. I'm a little bit hard on what I knit, and probably throw it in the washing machine more than I probably should. But I do block it, I promise. I do take care of them when it comes to their dry time. Some of them I do hand wash, but come on now, who has the time? I'm an entrepreneur. I run a knitting blog. This is on top of being an entrepreneur already, so yeah. Somehow I find time to sleep. I do, I promise. I love my sleep. But so this shawl is about 3 days worth already, and like I said, it's big. It's coming together. It should be done soon. Why do I keep showing you the back? It's because I'm mid right side row. That's why. So it'll be a triangular shawl with the V kind of going down the back, which I don't know. It's very 70s vibe right now for me. But while my husband is on night shift, there's no adult here to tell me to stop knitting and get sleep. So I've gotten pretty far on this pretty quickly. Eventually I'm going to do a time lapse, not time lapse, but time one of my knitting projects so that I can accurately answer just how long these take. It's a common question I get from my non-knitting friends and family. They're always curious, so how long does it take you to make a shawl, or how long did that scarf take to knit? And the answer I should say is too long. But I'm like, I knit a lot, and I probably a couple weeks, I don't know. I'm never probably truly honest with myself, so they probably don't get that accurate of an answer from me, which is probably why they think it just comes together really quickly and really easily, but it doesn't. So I'm thankful that you've decided to stop in with me on my What's on My Needles Wednesday post. That's actually happening on a Thursday, so I apologize there. But I already have, so what is this shawl? I don't have a name for it yet. Probably something with sunsets or bonfires, because that's just what the colors are reminiscent of. But It does use a, what's in this shawl? It uses a garter tab cast on, so it's very seamless start. And I have a video tutorial on that on the channel already. What else? It uses make one rights and make one lefts, which I'm going to post a video on shortly. I just haven't gotten to it yet, so it will be there. And the pattern for the increases in this shawl kind of happened by accident, but I love the way it's happened. I've actually gone through and updated all my other shawls based on, not all my other shawls, but the similar ones. The Cozy Cabin, the Tracks in the Snow, the Misty Mountains, and the modified Tracks in the Snow, to be a little bit more reflective of the pattern for the increases, the make one rights and lefts in this shawl. Typically it's like, I think left, right as you work across the shawl, but they're a little bit different in this one. So I'm excited for you to see that. Some slip stitches. So I'm creating a much more prominent center stitch that works down the center of all of the different sections here. I'm sure you've picked up the garter ridge row, the garter section, there's a stockinette section, there's an Andalusian section here, and then on either side I learned there's a couple different names for it: horizontal braid, Vickel braid, Estonian Vickel braid. It's got like a bunch of different names, but basically it's like a sideways cable. So a lot of times the cables go along up your work vertically, or depending on the direction you're knitting. This one actually works across it. So pretty pumped because it's a fun, and it looks technical, but it's kind of easy. So it uses some knit behinds. And you don't need a cable, even though it's called a cable. Cable needle, even though it's called a cable. That's how excited I am. I'm mincing my words. So I can't wait to hopefully post this soon. I'm going to get back to it so I can post it sooner than later. And thanks for stopping by and checking out my What's on My Needles Wednesday. If you feel like sharing, let me know what's on your needles, and hopefully we can chat about it a little bit.